Okay, so you're thinking of starting up in management consulting, starting your own business, getting out there, doing your own thing. But what happens when that first client says, who else have you worked for? Have you got some case studies? Let's talk about that coming right up. Okay, so what do you do first out when you're talking to your first couple of clients or potential clients, and you're going to turn around and say they're your very first clients and that you've never done this before? I'd suggest you don't. Now look, I'm not saying lie. It's more of a sort of fake it till you make it type approach. Everyone starts out with no clients. When you start a new business, you have no clients, and it's great when you have lists of clients. I mean, if you go and look at my Logistics Bureau website, there are hundreds of clients listed on there. I don't think we even put them on anymore. Testimonials, dozens. People just look at the website and kind of go, oh, these guys kind of work everywhere. But what do you do when you haven't got that? It's really difficult. So here are some suggestions. Now, a lot of people will say, look, be right up front and say, look, you're going to be my very first client. If you were going to do that, I would offer a little bit of an incentive for that first client, because they're going to feel a little bit like a crash test dummy. So you might say to them, look, I'm really good at doing this. Here's all my previous experience. Because you're my first client, I'm really happy to give you a huge discount, 30% or whatever. I promise I'm going to sort of do my best. Yeah, that's one approach. The other way, and look, I am not saying to lie. Lying is never acceptable, never good. But it's maybe a question of not being too upfront, if that sounds right. So what you can do with your very first client is you can talk about your experience of having done similar projects. So look, you've got skills in a certain area. Maybe you did it while you had a corporate job, you were working somewhere else. You don't have to say that it was working at the corporate job. You could, if they say, what experience have you got implementing this particular system? Oh, well, okay, I implemented this system with this company in New York, and we did this over 3 months, or I implemented this system in Mexico, or whatever. Whatever your thing is, maybe you did it as an employee in the company, but you have the experience of doing that. So talk about your experience and what you've been able to deliver, a little bit like a job interview, rather than, saying it was a consulting assignment. Just, you don't have to say that. What they're doing is buying your experience. So that's what you can talk about. If you've never actually done the thing before, I'd be questioning why you're getting into management consulting. Okay, so that's one approach. You can talk about, the previous experience where you've done stuff like that. You could even talk about maybe university assignments where you've done stuff. It's all a question really of, the industry that you're working in and the type of work that you're doing. You've got to come across as credible and capable. That's the thing. People will understand, that they may be the first or second client. Just when you have that first client, just please, please, please make sure you do an outstanding job, because what you want from that first client is a resounding testimonial. Because then when you go to the second one and they say, oh, where have you done this before? Well, actually, I've just done this down the road with John Smith's Accounting or whatever it was. They'd be happy to take a call. That raises a really interesting point, because I was talking to a coaching business last week. Funnily enough, they were a big coaching company who help you with your LinkedIn profile. I mean, I'm kind of pretty okay on LinkedIn, but I'm always looking around for help on all aspects of my business. I think it's a bit arrogant if you think you know it all. So I'm always interested to talk to people and see how they can improve things for me. And they went through this program of, this is how we're going to help all your senior executives with their LinkedIn profile and get more leads. And it was a little bit fluffy. And then when we got to the end, I said, look, that's great, but have you done this kind of thing with management consulting companies like us? And they had one overseas. And I said, well, could I talk to them and see how well it went for them? Oh, no. They said, no, we can't give out client names. And that was a complete turn-off. If you do good work, your potential clients ought to be able to talk to your previous clients or current clients. They're not going to say anything confidential. Look, this is how corporates work. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of money with you without the opportunity of talking to some of your clients and hearing how it went. All of our clients do that. They talk to previous clients. So that's why it's really important that first client, you do a fantastic job with all of them, of course. So just have a think about that. When you're out there talking with your very first prospects that hopefully are going to become your clients, talk about your experience in different projects and the sort of work that you do. Just admit the fact that you were an employee at the time. Because they're buying your experience. That's what they're after. They want to hear the experience that you've got. And then, of course, hey, within a few months, you're going to have a whole bunch of clients and you'll be able to say, oh, we worked with this company down here and this company here, and it's all going to sound really impressive. But kind of fake it until you make it, if that sounds right. Hey, so that's all I wanted to say this week. If you've got any comments, questions, do comment down below. You know how it works. If you're not subscribed, you're crazy. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. That way you get notified every time I have a video come out, and the videos come out every week, and they're going to get better and better because I've got a lot of stuff to share. See you next week.